Hello dear students, last week I had started with unit 1 from term 3. So I did my first section and second section. So this prose has been divided into 3 segments or 3 sections. So already we have seen 2. So I just want to recap that. So what we had seen in the first section is, we had seen about this story which was about an Englishman. Okay, he had an amazing journey. His name was Mr. Phileas Fogg, and he had his assistant, that was French attendant, and he had another friend of him, Francis too. So they went in a train, and they had seen some animals, some reptiles, and they were scared, and all that we had seen in the first section. The second section we had seen the train stopped around 8 o'clock, somewhere 15 miles beyond Rothal. Fogg and others were annoyed. Why they were annoyed, children? Because the train had stopped in the middle of the way, and they had collected the full ticket, but they did not reach the destination where they had to reach. So with that, Mr. Fogg and his attendant was very annoyed. And then what happened is, they hired an elephant and they traveled on that we saw. So now what you are going to see here is, in section 3, I just want to say the gist of it, and then I will read the lesson and I will explain it to you. So after reaching the village from one end to the other end, Mr. Fogg and Sir Francis came back without finding any means of transport. So the train had stopped half of the way, and he had to travel to another part, Allahabad. But it did not go there. The rail tracks had blocked there. It was not extended. So then what happened was, they had to hire something else, or they have to go by a steamer to Hong Kong. So it was a crucial time for them. Only 2 days was left. So now what happened is, so because they could not find any other means of transport, but Passepartout suggested that they can travel on an Indian elephant, but it will take a rapid time and a long time. But Fogg determined to hire it, but they could not hire because the owner of the elephant, he was demanding lot of money. So what they did is, at a very crucial time and to a certain limit, he kept on bargaining and bargaining, and he demanded more and more rent to hire that elephant. Finally he paid 2,000 pounds and got the elephant for himself as his own. So that's what we are going to see here. There is a printing mistake in that they have given dollar symbol. Actually it is not dollar symbol, it is pound symbol there. So the whole lesson talks about 2,000 pounds, understand? So okay, we will read this here. Turn to page number 84, section 3. Mr. Fogg and Sir Francis commentary, after searching the village from one end to another end, came back without having found anything. They just went on a round and round. They didn't find any other means of transport. I shall go on foot, said Phileas Fogg. So Mr. Fogg is saying, okay, I will try to walk by myself on my foot. I couldn't find any other means of transport. But instead of wasting my time, let me go on a foot. Let me walk, he said. Passepartout, who had now rejoined his master, made an unhappy face as he thought of his magnificent Indian shoes. Happily, he too had been looking about him, and after a moment's hesitation said, Monsieur, I think I have found a means of conveyance. So his attendant, what he says is, he has joined with his master, Mr. Fogg, and he could see the master's face unhappy because he could not find any means of transport. So what he did is, and he could not find any Indian shoes, understand? So whatever he was thinking, he could not get it, understand? Hesitation means unwilling. So he says, Master, Monsieur means what? Sir, what? I could not find anything, not even one. I think I have found a means of conveyance, one transport I have found. So what was that? He asked. An elephant that belongs to an Indian who lives but 100 steps from here. There is a man who lives here but is little far away, 100 steps little far away from here. So we will just approach that man. He has a very big elephant. So we can make use of this elephant, this conveyance, and we will prolong or we will proceed with that means of transportation. Kioni, this was the name of the animal. That elephant's name was Kioni. Could doubtlessly travel rapidly for a long time, and in the absence of any other means of transport, Mr. Fogg resolved to hire him. So he says, it's Passepartout. He says, okay, master, there is an elephant. We will just what? Get that, and we can travel rapidly. Rapidly means what? Very quickly we can travel in time. We can travel. Now therefore, Mr. Fogg proposed this to the elephant's owner. He refused. Point blank. Mr. Fogg persisted, offering the excessive sum of £10 and for an hour loan of an animal to Allahabad. Refused £20. Refused also £40. Still refused. So Mr. Fogg, what he did? He approached the elephant's owner. But that owner, he refused to pay. He refused to get the money to hire it. I think that elephant owner would have had some other plan in his mind. So when he saw Mr. Fogg, he would have thought, oh, this man might be a good money. He might have had lot of money. So I need to demand from him and hire more or get more money from Mr. Fogg. Phileas Fogg, without getting in the least flurried, that means what? Worried. then proposed to purchase the animal outright. At that first offered 1,000 pounds for him. First what he did, he planned, okay, this man is not going to give for a rent. He is not to hire the animal. Let me buy it. First he says, okay, I will pay you 1,000 pounds. The owner, perhaps thinking he was going to make a great bargain, still refused. So again he says, oh, somehow or the other he is going to make it less. Okay, let me bargain. He bargained. And then Mr. Fogg offered first 1,200, then 1,500, 1,800, 2,000 pounds. Passepartout was fairly white with suspense. At 2,000 pounds, a man yielded. Finally, this elephant's owner, he agreed for 2,000 pounds to be yielded. Means what? He accepted for 2,000 pounds for selling it. Good heavens, what a price for an animal, cried Passepartout. So his assistant, what he did? Oh my goodness, for 2,000 pounds, he got it. Okay, good heavens, oh my goodness, you say no. Like that he said, good heavens. A young man with an intelligent face offered his service as a guide. A very good man who was with that elephant, he rendered his service. He offered his service. What he said is, Mr. Fogg, I will accept. Promise. I will promise you that I will take you with myself on a ride wherever you should go. The man was a skilled. So Mr. Fogg got the animal. He purchased the animal. Then what happened? The skilled elephant driver was there when they were selling the elephant. So that same owner, what he said is, okay, he had covered the elephant back with a saddle cloth. For an example, when you go on an elephant ride or a horse ride, you would have seen a cloth on the animal to sit on that. So he had seen that it was uncomfortable, okay? And not only that, they had attached on either sides, what they have attached is howdahs. That means a seat on the back of the animal, elephant, on the back of the elephant they had set up that, but it was not so comfortable. Mr. Fogg paid the elephant owner with some banknotes, that means money, and extracted from the famous carpet bag. What he had usually we have a wallet or a bag, to keep money. So he had a carpet bag, that is where you keep money. Mr. Fogg had kept money in that. So what he did is, he had taken out the banknotes. That means he had taken out the money and paid for that elephant owner. While Mr. Francis and Mr. Fogg took the howards on either side, Mr. Passepartout got onto the saddle cloth between them. See, on the elephant, Sir Francis is there, Mr. Fogg is there, Passepartout, he is also there. So along with the driver, they positioned on that elephant's neck, and at 9 o'clock, they set out from the village, and the animal started marching through the dense forest of palms by the shortcuts. So finally, all the three of them, including the one was taking them on a drive. He also sat on the elephant's back, and all of them started walking. they went into the deep, thick forest, and with the shortcut, finally they reached their destination. So, with this, the lesson is concluded. But in this lesson, children, you have some meanings in that. Glossary is there in page number 85. I have not written all, but around 5 I have written on the board. I will just read out and I will tell you the meaning, or I will explain the meaning to you. So, meanings are here: hesitation, unwilling. Sometimes you get hesitated. You don't want to do something. You refuse it. So, unwilling. Conveyance, that means some sort of transport. You come by bus conveyance, auto conveyance, two-wheeler conveyance. Understand? So, when you come on foot you say, okay, you don't say by walk, on foot. So, your foot is your conveyance. Understand? Rapidly. Rapidly means what? Quickly. Something you want to do quickly. Understand? So, that is rapidly. Refused. Sometimes you don't want to write a fan note at all. You don't want to write what? Running notes. Understand? So, you are not willing at that moment. So, refused. You are rejecting it. You are not willing. You don't want to do it. Then point blank. That means what? Bluntly. Understand? Bluntly, without something you want to do it. Understand? So, in this lesson, in page number 86, it is not given, elaborated, it is not given. Just you have some match the following you have as a phrasal verbs. Understand? So, here I want to explain what are phrasal verbs. Understand? So, you would have learned, see, phrase, verbs, phrasal verbs. Understand? Phrase is here, verb is here. So, how these two are together, you have this phrasal verbs. So, one explanation I have given here, definition. You have umpty number of definitions. Okay, I will just tell them orally. A phrase that consists of a verb and another element, typically either an adverb or a preposition. So, when you have a phrasal verb, what is inside the phrasal verb is, okay, you have, it is phrasal verb is nothing but verb. Dance, sing, okay, hop, okay, then you have jump, understand, run, skip, all these are verbs. Action words are called verbs. You know that very well. So, a phrasal verb consists of verb and another element. Verb is there, another one is there. What is that another verb? So, you have adverb, prepositions, you have. Okay? So, I just want to explain what are adverbs. Already you would have learnt in 6th standard, 5th standard, all that. Adverbs. See here, verb. So, this verb modifies or describes more. It says more about this verb. It adds ADD. One more D should be there. But when you write adverb, this is the spelling. For this verb, it adds, modifies, describes more about this verb is called adverb. Understand? So preposition, it says about an element, about a time, direction, understand, place, duration, all this it says. So that is called preposition. So these two are together makes a phrasal verbs. Understand? So it will not have only in, only above, not with one word. It will have two words, it will have three words, it will have four words. So together with adverb and preposition, you will have phrasal verbs. Understand? So I think you are clear, children. So now I just want to say phrasal verbs have some types. Understand? Some types you have. So I just want to tell you, okay, I just want to tell you, children. So you just see here. I'll just write some verbs followed by adverb. So you have, so I'll write number 1 here. Okay, number 1, we sat down and waited. Okay, so here verbs followed by adverbs. Verbs are followed by the adverbs in a sentence. We sat down and waited. Okay, see here, I told you one word, two words, three words together. It is a phrasal verb, I said. So we is a subject, you all know that. Sat, action. So this is a verb followed by adverb. Says more about the verb. Says more about the verb. Understand? So this is a adverb. So now one word, another word together, it is a phrase. So it is a phrasal verb. So one method, verbs followed by adverb. Second method you have. So what is that second method is? Verbs followed by preposition. The child fell into the water. See, children, verb followed by preposition. It talks about time, duration. Okay, I told you, no? So here, the child, it is a subject. Fell, see this water bottle? Fell down, understand? Fell, it is an action. So, verb. So here, into followed by preposition. Into, understand? Place, time, duration, all that. So it talks about preposition. Understood, children? So the child fell into the water. So second one we saw. So the third one we are going to see verb followed by adverb and preposition followed by verb followed by adverb and preposition. So, it all comes down to money, in the end. So here what you see is, so you see here verb followed by adverb, which says more about the verb. I said no, modifies more about the verb, and combination of preposition you have. It all comes, action, comes down to. So you have verb, adverb, preposition. You have all this together. So one word, two word, three word. You have all this together. This makes as a phrasal verb. Understood, children? So like this you have many more. So this is not elaborated and given for you. I just gave an explanation so that your exercise in your textbook is only match the following. So with all this, I think you would have understood what is a phrasal verb. So here what I want to tell you is, turn to page number 86, okay. Page number 86 you have. Page number 86, see here, vocabulary D. Fill in the blanks with correct travel words. When you travel, you have lot of words. For an example, reach, destination, book, travel, pack, board. All these words are involved in travel. You pack your bag, you board on a train, you board on in an aeroplane, you reach that place, you schedule your time. So like this, you have lot of words. See, it is here, page number 86, D, fill in the blanks with correct travel words. So first one, to make travel convenient, we must dash tickets, book tickets. Book tickets. First dash, well in advance. Then we have to dash our things. What you should do with your things? Pack. Pack our things and dash our trip. What you should do? Schedule, program. What are the things where you should go first? Then what you should do? You should schedule your programs. Fourth one, we have to reach the dash station in time, railway station. It's given there. Fifth one, we have to reach the railway station in time and dash the train, board the train. Board the train in order to reach our destination. So all these words are there. You just make a note of it. Then you have fill in the blanks on phrasal verbs. Understand? So in that you have E, match the phrasal verbs. Okay. You just see your textbooks, section A, section B is there. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first one, A side you have phrasal verbs, B side you have meanings. Set out, pick up, get away, see off, get into, get off. So set off means a journey, to begin a journey. Next, pick up, to get someone from a place. Get away, to go somewhere for a short break or holiday. See off, to go to the station to say goodbye to someone. Get into, to enter a bus, a train or a plane. Get off, the answer is to leave a bus, a train or a plane. So I will just write the numbers alone. You just write in your textbook. So 3, 1, 5, 6, 4, 2. So I didn't write the whole match the following, children. I just wrote this on the board for you. You just copy this in your textbook. And you have F. So all this, find a new words for it. So all this, what we will do is, we will type in your notes and we will send it. Understand? So only this part is your phrasal verb portion. So this I had explained and I hope you understood, children. So with this I just want to conclude the today's prose lesson. So next class you just get prepared with direct and indirect speech. Okay, so you just make a note of it and you just come. So with this I just want to wind up the class. Thank you, children.